Hey everyone, welcome to Miss Mini Penny. So today's video is going to be my last video of 2025. So I did say in my last video it was going to be a binder count up, a cash condense, going through what I had saved in December and then my 2026 financial goals as well. So I was going to leave all the money in the binder and just keep on cash stuffing in 2026, but what I've decided to do is, just for a fresh start, I'm just going to take all the money out of the binder, count it up, and then more than likely take it back to the post office and put it into either pots in my Chase account or into my birthday fund, emergency premium bonds, that kind of stuff. So kind of like disperse it all out, ready to start afresh in January. So that is what I've decided to do. So first thing I'm going to do then is I am going to start taking all the money out of the binder. So I'd already put January challenge in here for the annual events. So once I've taken all the money out of the binders, I probably will have a little bit of a refresh. So maybe a little bit of change of a setup, things like that for 2026. So you'll see that in my first video that will be in January for my first cash stuffing. So that didn't have any money in it, just had the challenge in there. So bucket list. So I'm not going to count it. I'm just going to separate it out. And then we will count it at the end and just see if it tallies with what I have wrote down that I have in my, what's it called? My table. So placeholders, again, I'll have to go through all this and just sort it all out. So emergency, 20, 10, 5. Like I said, if I'm putting some money in emergency from this lot, then the placeholders will need to change anyway. So let's take, so that's all 20s and 5s. So yeah, so it means I don't need to do a cash condensing because I'm taking all the money out of the binder anyway, and all of it will be going back to the post office just to start afresh for January, because I want a little bit of a refresh. I need to clean the trackers, all that kind of stuff. So let's put this, it feels so good empty in the binder. So we've got 2 20s in there, and then we'll count it all up and just see how much that we have. I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to be using kind of savings challenges next year. I really want to next year just focus on, if there's something that I want to buy, making sure I have the money saved up and then using it from the envelope. I think sometimes when you've got the tracker in there, it kind of limits you from putting money in, taking money out, having to change the tracker, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing yet for 2026, but just having a think of a few different ideas. So 2010, life goals. There, living expenses, it's all 20s, that's great. Personal expenses, put that there. Retirement, so put that there. Not much that I saved cash wise in there, and it just means as well I have my placeholders back as well, so I've got placeholders to use as well. So special occasions, I think this is the one that I needed to get some £20 notes for, yeah, but that's fine because it is all going back to the post office. The only thing I'm going to keep in is this £10 challenge one, just because I am keeping this going. So there's £20 in there so far. Yeah, I am keeping this going in 2026, so that can stay in there, and then that's got no cash in, so that's just got the placeholder. So that's for my 40th birthday fund. So look how empty the binder is now, it's all flat. So let's just put this to one side. Shall I leave it open just so it looks a bit nicer? Yeah, let's leave it open. So we've got a wad of 20s, a wad of 10s, and a wad of 5s. Should I do money fan? See if this can be the thumbnail. So let's count it. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. 20, 40, 60, 80, 300. 20, 40, 60, 80, 400. 20, 40, 60, 80, 500. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 600. So just separate these out. So we're on 600 so far. 600, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, these £10 notes, 90, 700. If it's a little bit out, it's because these £10 notes are just sticking to each other. So that's 700 and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. What was we up to? 800. Yeah, 800. And we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 835. Let me just see what's on my... So I think a £10 note's been stuck together. Oh, actually, it could be the 10s that are in there. Let's just have a look. So I got it to 835. And on here, it says 855. And that's right, because I have £20 that's still in here. So yeah, so I had 855 in my cash stuffing binder. So like I said, what I'm going to do is I will take all this money back to the post office and just distribute it to where I think it should go. Sorry about that, I'm trying to get a thumbnail, a good one. So yeah, that's all done. So next thing I'm going to do is I am going to go through my totals for December. So just to show you what I've managed to save up. So if you've watched my vlogs that I was doing, so you'll know that I did do quite a bit in December. I do quite a bit every month on my days off, when I have some half days, things like that. I like to make the most of free time that I have, but usually I don't normally vlog it, so I just started doing little bits of vlogs in December. So yeah, you'll notice that I did do quite a bit in December. So I went to the Christmas markets in Manchester a few times. I went to Chatsworth House at Christmas, stayed over at a really nice hotel in Buxton for the evening. What else did I do? I went for like our annual Christmas dinner with my friend. Didn't vlog that though because it was a complete disaster. So we are going to be going and doing a January annual dinner thing instead. Yeah, do not recommend TGI Fridays at all. So yeah, so we're going to be redoing that again in January, so I didn't vlog that. So yeah, so what I'll do is I'm just going to go through and just show you the differences in the amounts. So this, for some reason it's all sticky. So sinking funds, have gone up. So it was 2,250. Where's my calculator? We all know I'm not good at maths. So let's have a look. So we've got 3,000 minus 2,250. So it means in my sinking funds I have saved, so it's gone up by £750. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. So the next one is my premium bonds. So that is 2,000. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. There's not enough space on here. 2,000 minus, last month was 1,750. So that has gone up by 250. So my Help to Buy ISA has gone up. Yep. So it was £9,000. Oh, now it's £9,899.55 minus £9,699.55, which is £200 exactly. Oh, so I forgot to mention, I'm filming this early, so interest normally I'm filming this on the 28th of December, and interest normally goes in on the 1st of the month, so I'll probably get around about just under about £20 of interest, but it's not gone in yet, so that's why it's just showing the maximum of the 200 on there. So we've got my LISA, so £11,111.74 minus £11,046.74 is, oh, so LISA, it's only showing that I've put £65 in there, which isn't great. Savings account, oh, sorry about that. So savings account has gone up as well, which is good. So we are on 3828 minus, it was on 3655, so just 173 in there. I put 800, is that the right one? Am I looking at the right one? Yeah, 888 in last month, and I only put in 173 this month. So big difference there, but the numbers are going up, like we're on 87 at the moment. Sinking funds, which is my cash stuffing, so it was 1375 and then it was 855, so that's down 520, and that is because if you watched one of my previous videos, you'll know that I took big chunks of cash and put it into the bank to go into my emergency fund, my premium bonds, and 40th birthday. So yeah, that's down because of that. And then, because that's why these ones have gone up here, like the emergency fund, the holiday, up by 750 because it's come from here. And then the people pension has gone up by a few pence. So this is now £124.69 minus, it was £124.3, which means I have made 66p on that people pension, which is a shares thing that I got entered into when I was employed somewhere years ago. So yeah, don't recommend, for me personally, I don't recommend stocks and shares, that kind of stuff. So the total has gone up, so it is now £30,818.98 minus, it was on 29,932. So it means that in December I have managed to save £918.66, which I think is great for December, considering I bought Christmas presents, went out for loads of meals, went out for loads of adventures, did things. You've seen the vlogs, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, £918 in December I think is a great amount. And you'll see that I've also hit the 30,000 mark as well. So yeah, that was another big goal of mine, to try and hit that before January, and I've managed to do it. So I've got £30,000 now, which is crazy to say. Well, in savings, not just in cash lying around. So yeah, £30,818.98 is what I'm finishing 2025 on. Like I said, it probably will be a little bit more, just because my interest from my Chase account hasn't gone in yet. Interest from my Help to Buy hasn't gone in. My interest from my LISA went in, but it was only a very small amount. I think that's because I've only put 65 in this month. So yeah, that was only a little bit. And then yeah, people pension, don't get much interest anyway on there. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. So yeah, £918.66, which I'm really pleased with for December. So I'll keep hold of this one, get rid of this one, and then I can put this in the binder so I can keep track. So next thing I'm just going to go through is, lastly, my financial goals for 2026. So just printed these out as well. So I'll go through these. Just move this out of the way. So I've got 6 goals for 2026. So the first goal is to complete my tax return and pay any tax. So my tax return has to be completed by the 31st of January 2026. So I am going to make a start on this very soon. So if not today, then my next day off, I need to make a start on my tax return. It has to be sent in before that date, otherwise you do risk the chance of getting a fine. So yeah, so that's the first thing on my list, is completing my tax return and pay any tax. So I don't know whether or not I will have to pay any tax for the financial year just gone, because it finished in April and I didn't start working full time until July at my current job. So I don't know whether or not I will have met the threshold to have to pay tax. Because like I said, I wasn't full time. I was just working casual hours, that kind of stuff. So yeah, so I may not need to pay tax for the last financial year, but more than likely I will need to pay tax for the next financial year. So that is something that I need to kind of plan for going forwards, because I don't know how much that tax would then be. Will it be £100? Will it be £1,000? I've got no idea. So that's something I need to think about definitely going forward for my 2026 cash stuffing binder. So the next thing after that is to reach 12,000 in my Help to Buy ISA again. So if you've been watching my videos for a little while, you'll know that back in June, sadly, my dog Casper, who was just 3 months away from being 16, passed away, and his vet bills at his end of life came to £4,000. So I paid 3,000, and then very generously my mum also paid 1,000 towards the vet bills, obviously because yeah, we've both had him since he was a puppy. He was my dog, but we both had him since he was a puppy. So my aim is to get my Help to Buy, which is my house deposit, back up to 12,000. The reason 12,000 is the goal is because it's in the Help to Buy, whereas if you want to buy a new build within a certain time frame, the government then tops that up by £3,000. So it'll be £15,000 deposit in total, but there are terms and conditions with that. Or the other alternative is, if I wanted to use it not on a new build, I could just draw the money out and just have that as a lump sum. So yeah, my aim is to get that back up to 12,000. So I'm going to do that by £200 every month, so for the next 12 months in 2026, and that will mean that I will reach that £12,000 goal, which is £200 is the maximum. So yeah, I have to put that in every month. Next thing I want to do is my third goal, which is to max out my ISA before the end of March 26. So my ISA is, I'm going to say LISA on there, not ISA. So my LISA is for my pension because I am self-employed. So you have to put £4,000 in each financial year to be eligible for the free £1,000 from the government. So who wants to miss out on £1,000 free money? Definitely not me. So I have been putting money in there, but only small amounts. So I think I still need to put maybe 2,000 and a little bit more in to hit that 4,000 before the end of March. So what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to try and concentrate a little bit more on that in my cash stuffings. Some of this money that I've just taken from the binder will more than likely go in there as well. And then worst case scenario, I'll take some money from my emergency fund, so to reach the maximum, to max it out, and then start saving again into my emergency fund, if that makes sense. Just because if I've got the money there to transfer over, I might as well use it, because I don't want to lose out on £1,000 free money. So my next goal after that is to celebrate my 40th birthday. I've put in here in brackets a holiday. So for my big birthdays, I do tend to go on holiday. So for my 25th, I went to New York. For my 30th, I went to Dubai. 35th, sadly, it was in lockdown, so I was in Manchester. So my 40th, I really want to try and do like a big holiday for it. Whether or not it's a holiday or it's kind of like a holiday in the UK or a holiday abroad, I'm not sure. I'm not a huge fan of flying. I mean, I have flown to like faraway destinations, but yeah, I have to hype myself up to get on the plane, if that makes sense, especially when they're like long hauls and even short hauls. I'm just not a huge fan of flying, so maybe I might look into a cruise, something like that, so it doesn't include flying, or do something at home. I'm not sure yet, but I want to do something big for my 40th birthday. So yeah, so that might mean again money coming from my emergency fund to cover that. I have got a little bit already saved up. I think I had like 2,000 or something that was in the placeholders, So yeah, I have got a little bit, maybe it was 1,000. I have got a little bit in there saved up already. Then my next financial goal is to have a side hustle that makes money. So I do have a full-time job now, which I absolutely love, but it is also self-employed, and anyone that works self-employed knows that your income is hit and miss each month. So sometimes you can have a really good month, sometimes you can have a really bad month. You don't get things like your sick pay, your holiday pay, none of that. Like I said, also more than likely I'll have to start paying tax. So yeah, so it means that I've not got a stable income. Whereas if I wanted to get a mortgage or rent somewhere myself, things like that, I would need to have a stable amount of money coming in each month, which is understandable, because personally I wouldn't give myself a mortgage, because yeah, you don't know how much money's coming in. You've got your bills to pay for, you've got your kind of food, your travel, all that kind of stuff. And if you don't know, if you're not going to make enough to cover the mortgage and everything else that you need, then yeah. So I need to make sure that I have some kind of steady, reliable income of a set amount. So that's definitely going to be a goal that I'm going to look into straight away from the start of January. Still do my full-time job, but do something as a side hustle on the side, just to kind of get that regular stable income. And then my last goal for 2026 is to hit 40k in my savings by the 31st of December 2026. So we're already on 30,818. So let me just work it out on the calculator. So if I want to hit 40k, so that's 40,000, and we need to do, where's it gone? £30,818.98. So I've got £9,181.02 to save in 2026, and that's not including things like, obviously, I'll be trying to save into my Help to Buy, I'll be trying to save into my LISA, I'll be paying for my 40th birthday, paying maybe some tax, all that kind of stuff. And I still need to save, well, I still want to try and save 9,000 to hit that 40,000 by the 31st of January 2026. I've just noticed that it's got the time and the bits on here. I've literally just printed this out. So yeah, so that is going to be my 2026 goals. So I am going to keep on looking back at these, referring back to these, trying to keep on top of making sure I try and achieve as many of them as I can do in 2026. I think they are all achievable. Obviously the 40k is like a big ambition, a big goal. So, but yeah, I've put it on there because it's something that I do want to try and achieve. So if I can get close to it, then I'll be really happy. If I hit it, then amazing. So yeah, that is my video for today. So it's my last video of 2025, and then I may do a 2026 setup video. I've seen a few of those coming out at the moment. I don't think mine will change hugely. But yeah, I might do something like that, see what challenges I've got, wallets, envelopes, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and then I will start cash stuffing again in January. So I hope everyone has a great new year, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, if you celebrate it, and I will see you again in January 2026. Bye.